to look at getting a loan from the bank.
I was just trying to get interest rates and terms, or length of loans. I mean, I was not going to just go and sign a loan. I mean, like I said, this is still the very beginning of this process of buying a truck.
You know? At the last meeting, I believe you stated you didn't know you had to come to the council, and you've got Roger that could have explained that to you instead of, you know, doing it the right way.
Well, I know we talked about it, I did send an email asking, you know, if we do lease purchase, you know, put me on the calendar for, I can't remember the date offhand, but I never received another email regarding that.
Where, and I'm gonna address with that, you reached out to me about what was, what we were sending you to the council for. And I'm just telling you, this is, if it's an employee personnel issue, I'm not documenting anything.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the reason for that I did not respond to your email, because it was an employee personnel issue. There was nothing for you to bring. You got anything else you wanna address the council?
Because now that, you know, don't wanna say anything I'm not supposed to, if, you know, confidentiality part of it.
Right. Any further discussion, council comments?
Do we need to contact these firefighters?
Uh-huh.
Do we need to contact these firefighters with the signatures?
No, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, they signed it, obviously.
I'm trying to read some of these.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know who the firefighters are. I believe you have a motion on the floor.
We do have a motion on the floor. Any further discussion? There being none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
I didn't. I'm not sure I heard who,
I did not say anything because I don't know what to do.
you what?
I'm abstaining because I don't know what to do.
Do what's best for your community, and that's my husband.
So you,
At this point, I don't have enough knowledge to know what's best for my community.
Then get to know your fire chief and his
so
department.
just let us
You're out of
discuss,
order.
okay? So are you abstaining or are you just not voting?
I'm abstaining.
Okay. I guess the motion failed then, correct? Okay. Motion failed. Move on. Counselor, discussion, bring up anything?
Alright, thank you.
Department reports.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question about the motion you just made?
Yeah, but can you, let me finish this and then there's a public forum and I'll let you speak at that time. Is that
Okay.
all right? Okay. Clint,
Nothing.
Margot,
No more.
Susan, Tiffany,
Nothing
Robert, Randy?
Nothing further.
Okay, public forum. Come up and speak.
I just had a question
Yes.
on your going to remove him as fire chief. Did that also say he was being removed from the department? That's what I heard. I don't, and I'm not sure if that's what it said.
Yeah, it is. No, it didn't, because he said he would not stay on if he was removed from the department.
I'm just asking what the resolution said, not
Oh,
what,
I don't know. Didn't look at
The
it.
motion?
yes.
The motion itself. The motion was, recommend we remove and relieve Preston Williams of his position of fire chief in association with the City of Marion Fire Department effective immediately.
So it would have removed him from the fire department also.
That's the way the motion was written.
Okay.
But I thought that was because he said he wouldn't stay if he was a fire.
I'm just clarifying, trying to clarify what the motion said.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Thank you. motion to adjourn.
Chief,
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a request for clarification. Last meeting, the amendment for the 828 Roosevelt building, was passed and signed, where it had a an exclusive contract with Expedition Wind Farm. And so on the 25th, I met with Randy and, we went out there and looked at it. So he mentioned that there was not gonna be, he was gonna put it up for bid, for proposals. But the amendment that I saw that was signed on the 24th said that there is actually nothing changed as far as an exclusive contract, that he won't put it out for proposals until the contract gets, expired or nulled by the seller or by the buyer, either party. Is that, I mean, I'm interested in putting a bid for that property, for my non-for-profit. Is that available? And what is the process?
Randy?
Mr. Mendoza, when we visited that building out there, I was very clear that you could make an offer on that building.
Yeah,
The city council would then evaluate that offer against the agreement that we already had. That's the end of it.
so if I do make an offer, what is the process of, as far as, do I have to wait, or can they counter offer? As far as the amendment?
They have 5 days, I think, to answer.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is because I have, that building, my non-for-profit is gonna be, it's not a money generating, it's more for the community, for the kids.
Okay.
It's gonna be my plan and my goal, my dream to see it is a lot of recreational, athletics being taught and played out of there. And so a lot of the funds, most of the funds are gonna be coming through federal grants. And so I don't wanna go and start the process, just kinda like the power thing, go and get those grants and then it fall through.
Right.
And then have to pay any interest charges on any of that, on that money.
So they've got 5 days to counter.
Well, maybe I can clarify that, because here's the agreement here. It says, as part of this agreement, seller has the right to market the property for sale, subject to termination of this contract upon presentation of a fully executed backup purchase agreement by the seller. Buyer shall remove all contingencies within 5 business days. In the event that the buyer fails to provide notice of removal of all contingencies within such time, this agreement shall immediately become null and void, with either party having further responsibilities or liabilities to the other.
Okay. So if I bring you a proposal and those 5 days pass, we can close on it or start closing on it if I have proof of financial,
We would have to be an
documentation?
amount we were willing to accept.
Yeah, and then
That's
they
gonna
would,
be the big thing.
and then they have 5 days to come up with the money and say, you know what, we're gonna buy it right now, we're not gonna.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is only after those 5 days, is there any waiting time where you're gonna have time to get more bids in? Or more proposals, more offers?
I think if the council accepts it and we give it to the other parties and say, can you get rid of all the contingencies, and they can't, then your proposal's been accepted, so. That would be the way that would go.
I just wanted to know.
Do you have any kind of time framing for financing if you do this? You
Me?
have a proposal?
Yes, I can have, I'm starting to fill out the grant request through SAMS.gov.
Okay.
And, they said we can have, upon approval, finance turned around within 7 days.
Okay.
So, and they can have the letter printed out saying that the finances will be coming through.
Okay.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you guys.
Anyone else from public forum? Motion to adjourn this meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
You don't need. I'll second it. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those done.
Get ready to go home.
Consideration of donation request for 140 North Cedar Street.
That's the blue house I used to live in.
The one you used to live
How
in.
far up Cedar is it?
It's just,
One
it's
block.
half a block, like,
Yeah.
it's that
not
blue
the corner,
two-story
it's sort of
house.
the corner.
It's the two-story house in the middle of the block.
Yeah,
Blue,
and it's on the
on the
East
east
side.
side.
You wanna do it?
Yes, okay, this is the property that we had started the condemnation process. Tonight you held a public hearing for it. The Unruhs, who are the property owners, when we started this process, we made them aware that there was a land bank available, and asked what their plans were, intentions, so forth. And they indicated due to the family, situation changing, all of that, that they did not see this as being a project that they are able to complete. Okay? They contacted their bank, who was a mortgage holder on this, shared with them where they were as far as their family responsibilities and then this property. And, then on the 20th of February, they had mailed in the letter where they're requesting, they completed the application for donation of this property into the City of Marion Land Bank. Okay? Along with that, I did go and verify with the mortgage holder and those the Register of Deeds office that they have released interest in this property. There are no back taxes on the property. They have continued to keep those up. They're just at a point that they cannot finish the renovation that they had started. Provided pictures of it, from a structural standpoint. They had removed all of the lath and plaster from the interior of this home, removed it from the walls. However, just left the material setting on the floors, okay? Structurally, the building is still sound. There are 3 intrusions to the roof, 2 of which were created by likely raccoons, vermin of some type, ate through to get into the one where there's water damage to it. There's the original 2-story house, then there was an addition put on the back that's a kitchen area, I believe a small dining area there. And then at a later date, they had added on a lean-to the house to put the washer and dryer and the electric service out there. So that particular portion, where it was attached to the home, flashing apparently was not installed correctly. And that roof line has water damage and will need to be repaired. The way that our land bank, we structured this as an alternative to property owners that were upside down, couldn't really complete their project. If you accept this as a donation into the land bank, it becomes part of our inventory, and we will then start marketing it, looking for proposals to renovate it. We'll come back to the land bank board with whatever that offer is. In our history of this land bank, we've only had 1 structure donated, everything else has been vacant lots, okay? The 1 property that was donated to the land bank, has since sold and been rehabilitated, and there's an individual living in the home. It's now back on the tax rolls and utility rolls, all of that. Okay? This project will, for whoever, it is a sizable project, okay? My estimate is there's about 6 to 8 cubic yards of material that has to be removed from the structure before they can start renovations on it. The roof would have have to be repaired on those two intrusion points. Most likely it will be an entire regrowth, and then the structure that'll be to the northeast side, the little lean-to room for the washer dryer, may have to be rebuilt. I believe it is a project that someone, could work, okay, but it is going to be an investment. The alternative is that if we do not accept it into the land bank, that we would proceed with the condemnation process. The current property owner has indicated that they don't have the financial resources to finish the renovation. The condemnation in order to demise the property would then result in the city bearing the expenses and placing them on the tax lien for possible future election. The homeowner is no longer a resident of Marion County.
We need a motion?
I think we need a motion.
Yes, and you either need to know, do you want to accept this donation, or do you wish to deny?
I move that we accept this donation of this house into the land bank.
I second it.
Moved and seconded, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried 5-0. Annual
Okay, and then part of
report
the,
submission.
yeah, part of the housekeeping that has to occur, for the year ending 2020. The land bank had no inventory at the end of the year, no lots, anything. Expenditures for last year were $44 for publication charges, and we generated revenues of $1,000 from the sale of 305 South Lincoln and 112 West Santa Fe last year. Those were the two properties that we had at the beginning of last year. That's the annual report. It will be published based on the report.
Any questions? Motion to adjourn.
Excuse me, I need a motion to approve this so we can do it.
Oh, the annual reports, yes.
Yes.
I move the PDN.
Second.
Okay, have a motion and second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried 5-0. Motion to adjourn land bank board meeting.
Make a motion to adjourn this land bank meeting.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried.